From family events to volunteer opportunities to community happenings, there is a lot going on in your community. Learn about all the possibilities and opportunities on this episode of Community Hotline.
Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. With me tonight, I am first going to be talking with the City of Gresham. I have with me Nicole Casano and Josh Halley, who are from the City of Gresham. And you have a new program going on that you want to share with us. And so I think this is a good time to tell our viewers. Nicole, maybe you could start to tell us what exactly it is you're here to impart tonight.
So there's two programs. So I'm the Energy Programs Coordinator for the City of Gresham, and there's two programs that are available to residents in the community that we wanted to ensure everybody was aware of. The first program we were going to talk about was Clean Energy Works Oregon, a program that launched initially as a pilot project in Portland and then expanded to multiple counties last year. And that program provides a homeowner with a number of energy efficient measures in their home, including insulation, addressing their air gaps, their hot water heater, furnace, and windows to decrease their energy use in their home and increase the comfort. So it provided them with cost savings and increased comfort in their home.
So all those areas where people can be losing energy. I know you have this brochure, which maybe we can, maybe Ray, you can get a shot of this for us. It says, the year is 2011 and your 1940s craftsman is still ahead of its time. So, I mean, we have a lot of people out there with very, very old homes. And so many of them still have old water heaters, have old windows, everything, and all those can lose a lot of energy, right? So what exactly do people do if they want to become involved in that program?
So, just to take a step back, one of the unique aspects of the program is it addressed many of the barriers that homeowners were experiencing and moving forward with these energy efficiency measures. So one, doing an extensive energy audit in one's home. Two, providing them with a certified contractor to do the improvement work. And then third, it provides them with the financing. So the energy efficiency savings are paid back through their home heating bill. So having this kind of all-in-one package made it easier for homeowners to be able to participate in these improvements. So we have more information on the program's website, and next to me is actually Josh. He's with Imagine Energy, and they are one of the selected contractors to participate in the program.
So Josh, you are with Imagine Energy, but you're the solar sales manager, right?
Yep.
Tell me exactly what that means. What is it you're doing with the City of Gresham?
Sure. Well, so when the City of Gresham decided to run this Solar Gresham program, they put out a request for proposals, and we were one of the 10 applicants that basically requested to be the contractor for the program. And the city did a really great job of vetting out all the contractors that had applied. They put us through our paces, made us sweat a little bit, and they chose Imagine as the company they wanted to work with for their Solar Gresham program. So I was in charge of our application for the contract, and we've been out here working, doing solar installs here in Gresham for the last month or two. So
So what's the difference between the Clean Energy Works, what is it?
Clean Energy Works Oregon program and the solar program. So the first was to look at your energy use and opportunities to be reducing your demand, which is the best place to start. The second was opportunities for on-site generation. So we have a short video that we produced with our communications department that stars one of the participants in the Clean Energy Works program. She also works in our communications department.
Well, why don't we just take a minute and take a look at that now? Okay.
It's been a couple months since Clean Energy Works Oregon has finished the energy efficiency improvements at our house. With fall here and the winter cold coming, it's the ideal time to check out just how big the difference is. Before, the air leakage was very high in our 1973 ranch house. Test results showed that 40% of our energy was going out through multiple holes in our house's shell. It was the equivalent of leaving a window open year-round. Clean Energy Works sealed the air gaps in our house, reducing 65% of the air loss through our shell. Just by doing this measure alone, we're expected to save $175 a year. One of the biggest air leaks in a house can be through the chimney, especially if you have a wood-burning fireplace like we do. By using a chimney pillow during times we're not having a fire in the fireplace, we're able to close off this big gap in our home shell. Even though we purchased a 95% energy efficient furnace, valuable heat was escaping out of our ducts before it got to where it needed to go in the house. By sealing all our ductwork and insulating it too in our crawl space, we were able to eliminate 75% of the air loss in all our ductwork. Now we're getting the heat we paid for to where it needs to go. Clean Energy Works improvements in our home have given us a 3-for-1. It's keeping us cozy, it's saving us money, and helping us reduce our impact on the planet.
That's great. That's sort of a win-win situation all around, isn't it? Sure. Now, she talked a lot about studies that were done to show where they were losing energy, an energy audit, I suppose you would call that. Now, is that something, Josh, that your company does? Or
Absolutely.
So tell me how that works.
Sure. So it just takes a look at your house as an entire ecosystem. It kind of reinvents the model a little bit. Traditionally, you'll have a window salesperson, you'll have a furnace salesperson, you'll have somebody who wants to sell you insulation,
right.
And they're all basically looking to sell you as much of their product as they can without necessarily any regard to the health of the house.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you buy a huge furnace from a really good furnace salesman, he's going to sell you something that's probably going to heat your house more than you need if you had proper insulation, proper air sealing. So it basically takes a step back, and the home performance test takes a look at your house as an entire system. So how the furnace and the insulation and the air sealing all kind of work together. And so we basically come in with a couple of engineers and a bunch of fancy equipment. We do something called a blower door test, where we depressurize your house by putting a big fan in your front door, and we suck air out of your house, and that allows us to see anywhere where there's leaks in your home where there's air coming in. And we walk around the house with an infrared camera too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to use an infrared. That's fascinating.
So we get this temperature differences, and we can see where heat loss is. And it gives us a really firm, calculable number on how your home is performing. And then if you decide to enact any of the measures that we recommend, and that's the end product with the home performance test, is kind of a roadmap of some steps that you can take to make your home more comfortable and more efficient. You don't have to do them all at the same time, but you get an order of operation. Right. So what order do you do them in, and which ones are most important first? So
it's kind of like a doctor with a holistic approach to medicine, trying to take a look at the whole body and trying to heal it by, looking at the whole picture. It's sort of a good analogy. So if somebody decides that, yes, they do this energy audit, they find all sorts of recommendations from your company or whoever's doing this to make their home more energy efficient and in the end save them money and be better for the environment, then what's the next step? What's the next step? They do the energy audit, and then do they make the decision then as to what they want to do next? You make recommendations, however, right?
Yeah, we basically recommend a whole bunch of measures, and then it's on the homeowner to make a decision about which ones they'd like to move forward with. And then we can give them some test results at the end after we implement the measures. Our company, Imagine, does everything in-house. So we've got HVAC, insulation, furnaces. Wow. We do solar as well, but kind of anything that you can do to your home to make it more energy efficient and also more environmentally friendly. So if they decided to enact, say half of the measures that we recommend, then at the end of those projects, we'll then go in and test the house again with the same exact tools, and we'll be able to tell the homeowner exactly how much improvement they were able to see in their house. And basically, hopefully you can tell as soon as you walk in the front door that it's more comfortable, right, and they're happier. So.
And one of the other benefits of the program right now is there's up to $1,500 available in instant incentives that are taken off the cost of the project. So that's another added advantage, and that's dependent upon how much you increase the energy efficiency in your home. And then the City of Gresham was able to take advantage of Energy Efficiency Community Block Grant that we received from the federal government and pass some of that along to the participants in this program. So through the duration of the program, we're offering $500 for Gresham residents that will also be taken off the cost of the project for the first 100 Gresham homeowners that participate. Wow. But the program is available to all those in the county.
So this is obviously it can get expensive to make these kind of changes. Sure. Is there other financial help for people to do this? I mean, what is the Green Street Lending Program? I was reading something about that. Do you know about that?
We do, and maybe we could talk about that with the solar. With this program, it actually provides you the financing. So that's part of the program itself. It's essentially a loan program. So the homeowner is provided with a 20-year loan that they pay back through their home heating bill, actually. So the energy efficiency savings cover the cost of the loan payments.
So the solar program is different then?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Now, did you have something more to say about that, about the clean?
Well, just really, part of the beauty of the mechanism with the financing is that there's no down payment. So they literally just add the payment to your actual power bill. And so you're not going to see an additional bill come into your house. It's just going to be, hopefully, and in many cases, we try to mirror the savings that you're going to get on your power bill with the added cost, so that in some cases it's actually cash neutral to do this type of stuff.
Well, that's good. That doesn't hurt too much then,
Not at all.
While also increasing the property value of one's home, so the comfort and the property value and the energy savings.
Right, so there you are coming out ahead. Right. You are. So tell me then, the solar program, how is that different? What does that entail?
So the city of Gresham, inspired by solarized programs that have happened in Portland and Hillsborough and Beaverton, we decided to do a similar program here, which replicates a similar model where you offer solar for a very short time period, selecting one contractor to work with. They in turn are assumed to have increased uptake in participants for solar and are able to then purchase the solar in bulk and pass that discount along to the participants. So we decided to run a program from April 1st through July 31st, made available primarily to Gresham residents, but it's also available to all of those, again, in the surrounding communities in the county. And we, as Josh already mentioned, we selected Imagine Energy to work with. And they are working with panels manufactured by Solar World in Hillsborough. So we also thought as a city that was really important to be able to, one, increase the awareness around solar, this form of renewable energy generation that was possible here in Gresham, and then two, look at ways that this could better support the regional economy.
So you're using providers that are local here.
Local here, and panels that are manufactured here.
That's great. You know, a lot of people think that solar energy isn't a viable way to go in Oregon, where we don't get all that much sun, but it works, doesn't it?
It does.
What can you tell me about that? What can you tell me about that?
It
Josh?
works quite a bit better than some people think. You know, if you're talking to someone in the middle of January, it's kind of hard to tell that there's a lot of solar energy and solar resource here in Oregon, but there actually is. If you look at the best way to look at it is the two countries in the world that have the most solar development are Germany and Japan. And if you take the rainiest, cloudiest place in Oregon, which happens to be Astoria, actually has a better solar resource than the average in Germany and the average in Japan. So we have a very good solar resource, and part of that revolves around our summers. We have really good long summer days that are nice and sunny, and long stretches with no rain and very little clouds, and so it helps make up. The months, the 4 summer months are actually way more important than the rainy months that we all like to think about. Right. They make up for a lot more of the difference than you'd think they would. So yeah, we've got lots of really happy customers that have solar arrays on their homes that have been producing power for the last 8-9 years now. So
wow, that's great. That's a good track record then, huh? So the solar program then, that is a different program.
It's a different program that we've been promoting over the last month or so, and had a number of residents in the community sign up for that. We've also been offering a series of free informational workshops at the Gresham Public Library.
Now you have one coming up, don't you?
We do, on June 5th at 6 p.m. at the Public Library. And there's information about all aspects of the program, including the workshops, on the program's website.
Which is, I believe, let me see here. I know I've got it here, and I know we have it on our screen, but it's www, is that the CEWO, or is it the GreshamOregon.gov/solargresham? Yes. Okay, so the workshop then at the Public Library, it's on June 5th, 6 p.m. That's down on 3rd and Miller there, I believe, down there at the Gresham Library. So how long does that workshop last? Is that like an hour-long workshop?
It's about an hour and a half, and it's led by Solar Oregon, a really great nonprofit advocacy organization organization based in the state. And so they lead the attendees through the basics of the solar technology. For those that have been thinking about solar for a long time, but were not very familiar with how it worked or what the viability was, what the cost would be, what the product would look like on their home, it's a great way for them to be able to understand more about this particular opportunity.
And even if they weren't ready to do it at this point, they would have an idea of what they would be getting into in the future.
And that's the whole premise behind these types of programs. I mean, solar is still a very new technology in most people's minds. You know, for me, working it every day, it's not that new. But for most folks, you know, you look at, well, let's take a number. There's 60 people in Gresham that have solar on their roofs right now.
And that's it.
That's it. So that's a very small percentage of the population. Yeah. And so there's a lot of trepidation about, you know, doing solar without any, you know, confidence. People are worried that it might not work, or they have a lot of questions. And so the whole premise behind a program like Solar Gresham is power in numbers, and you gain confidence by knowing that you're doing this with a group of people. You're able to learn about, you know, solar with a larger group, so you don't feel like you're asking silly questions. You also have the confidence that the city interviewed the installers ahead of time, so you know you're working with a quality installer. And probably one of the best benefits is that we're able, as a company, to purchase the panels for this program in bulk, which allows us to offer a cheaper price. So you're not only getting the confidence that solar works, but you're also getting literally the best price that our company has ever offered.
Wow, that's a good deal. Talk to me a little bit about the impact on the environment. Can you address that?
Absolutely. Well, solar is really just aimed at, you know, reducing your electricity load. So whatever the panels are going to be able to produce for you throughout the year, that's less energy that you have to purchase from PGE. So it reduces your costs on your bill. Our average system that we've been installing as a part of Solar Gresham is offsetting about $300 to $350 worth of electricity per year.
Wow.
And so that calculates into savings over time. You know, we do see rates increase over time with PGE, and so you're able to basically insulate yourself against that market volatility and know that you're going to be creating some or all, in some cases, some of our customers have been able to offset their entire electricity bill. On average, it's usually around 30 to 50%. But it just it gives you some autonomy from the utility so that you're not tied to fossil fuel prices going up and down. And that's really, you know, where the crux of the impact on the environment comes from. You're able to create energy from the sun instead of burning fossil fuels that we need to, you know, either extract from the ground, burn, create all kinds of secondary products in the air, and create, you know, all of those things that we learn about in science class. So
there you go. And I've forgotten most of them.
Nicole, but it's pretty cool to be able to, you know, say that the energy is truly produced here in Gresham, Gresham-made energy. So that's really nice. And then, you know, I think again by the participants, we just had our first install go up on Tuesday of this week, and so we have a photo of that.
Yeah, maybe bring that photo up. So you just had your first install with the solar program.
With the Solar Gresham program. It happened, and then looking to do a number of further installations throughout the community, and if we can reach a goal of 150 kilowatts of installed solar, Imagine Energy is offering to donate a 2-kilowatt panel to one of the local schools here in Gresham.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's a huge thing.
It is, yeah. We're really looking forward to hitting that goal.
Oh, I hope you do. So say again, how many installations? Sorry. No, I'm sorry, you can't drink your water.
So if we reach a goal of 150 kilowatts of installed solar by July 31st, for those that signed up for the program, then Imagine Energy would donate a 2-kilowatt. And that array would be it would be at one of the schools. All of the schools in the community would be able to have access to an online monitoring for that system. So it could be used as an educational tool in the classroom and to be able to further increase the awareness about local energy, clean energy, and so forth. So
good deal. What else do we need to know, Nicole?
Well, we're also looking for volunteers. One of the difficulties with most of the programs that the City of Gresham offers is ensuring that all the residents are aware of these programs. And so we would love to get further assistance with outreach, letting your neighbors know about this opportunity. Come join us down at the Gresham Farmers Market. We're going to be there for a number of dates in June. And any other ways to be able to disseminate information about this program with your community members. So,
do you know if you're going to be at any of the neighborhood information fairs.
I will be at a couple of those coming up. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Good,
and
good.
we have more
I'll
information
probably
about
see you at those.
volunteering also on our website. So there's information on the website about pricing, the workshops, about volunteering for the program.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to add, Josh?
Sure. Well, it's just a really fantastic time to buy solar.
Good.
And a lot of people don't, obviously as a salesperson I'm going to say that,
Yeah.
but if you take a look at the big picture globally, solar is changing rapidly right now. We've seen a reduction in price on solar 50% over the last 18 months. So the price is dropping significantly for a couple of reasons. Europe's economy is not doing very well, and so they're not buying panels nearly as fast as they were a couple years back. So demand is down and supply is up. China is building a lot of solar panels right now, as you may have heard in the news. And so there's a lot of market forces that make this a really unique time where price keeps continuing to drop. And we still have some very generous incentives from the state and local government to go ahead and do solar, to the point where you can actually have 80 to 100% of the value of the system offset by the incentives that we have. So
that's incredible.
It's we have folks that have been waiting to do solar for a long time, and it finally makes sense. It's a financially viable thing. You don't have to be as rich as Al Gore to be green anymore. We've talked with folks from all walks of life, both sides of the aisle, and it's really not a political thing. It's really just about finances. And if you look at the numbers on it, it pencils out. It's worth using these incentives to help guarantee yourself some energy for the next 20 to 40 years so that you've got your house. So
It sounds like a heck of a deal, and it sounds like a smart move.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
okay, so if folks are interested in finding out, they can go June 5th, 6 p.m. to the Gresham Library. And otherwise, they can go to the website, greshamoregon.gov/solargresham.
Very simple application, and Imagine will come out and do a free site assessment and let you know how much energy your rooftop could produce.
And if you do the assessment and they still decide not to, that's okay, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's free, but it sounds like the incentives are make it worth it.
yeah, it just comes down to whether or not the person has the resource. you know?
Good. Okay. So you know where to go. If you have any questions about going solar, these two wonderful folks have given us some great information. So be sure to check out the website. Go down to their free workshop at the library. This is Monica Weitzel. You've been watching Community Hotline, and we'll see you next week.
a place to grow,
to learn,
to be happy,
to interact,
to play,
to observe,
to live.
Parks enhance the health and quality of life in our communities. Support your local parks. People for Parks, East County.
The League of Women Voters makes history.
Our country would not be the same without their dedication.
Formed by women who organized to win women the right to vote.
It is now a co-ed organization.
Studying, informing, and acting.
Nonpartisan.
Grassroots.
Influential.
Taking political stands on many issues.
The League of Women Voters encourages all citizens to be informed and active in government. Join the League of Women Voters of East Multnomah County in making history today.
Volunteers are the cornerstone of local communities, and they enjoy the satisfaction that comes from being part of something larger than themselves. Multnomah County invites citizens to participate in projects that benefit the greater good of our residents.
No matter where your interests lay, there is a volunteer opportunity for you. From helping families through hard times, to working on a citizen advisory board, to making your neighborhood the place you want to live. The opportunities are endless.
Through offering your time and talents, you can help provide programs and services that benefit all of us. You have the potential to make Multnomah County a better place to work, play, and live.
Volunteering builds skills, provides insight into professions, and engages people in important actions. It shapes both you and your community. Plus, volunteering is fun.
To get involved, contact the Office of Citizen Involvement. Go to citizenweb.org. Shape your community. Volunteer.
Hi, I'm Luke Perry. You're watching MetroEast. Over 25 years of great community media.
Alone, our reach is limited. No matter how great our intentions, on our own, we can only stretch so far. But at Rotary, we believe the right group of people working together can make our communities, our world, a better place. Rotary, humanity in motion.
¿Están listos?
Free GED classes.
Are you ready? Clases gratis de inglés.
Yo estoy lista.
Transportation for free.
I'm ready.
Clases gratis de computación. ¿Qué listos?
We're ready. Come to Listos. If we can do it, you can do it.
What am I supposed to do with all these corks?
Turn them into a cork board.
What about all these floppy disks?
How about a fantastic journal?
I wouldn't learn how to make cool things like that.
Well, come on down to Scrap. Scrap has monthly workshops where you too can learn how to make great things. We provide everything you need. For more information, call 503-294-0769 or go to www.scrapaction.org. Scrap. Create more, consume less.